I present to you my top 10 red cards for Battle Spirits Saga. These are the cards that I think are either the key cards for a deck archetype, or general good cards that we'll see play in a variety of decks. First, some honorable mentions. Volcanic Break is a decent one-for-one removal, but is a little too expensive for my liking to effectively be splashed into non-red decks. Centaursaurus and Ancient Fault are essentials for the Pterosaur deck to even function and be somewhat consistent. Nebula Dragon Andromeda and Divine Mars Dragonaries Dragoon just missed the list. These two are going to be the quote-unquote backup star dragons to ascend Zigworm Nova on. Andromeda is just a solid and flexible removal option on a body, and Mars helps the deck to stay offensive without sacrificing blockers on the opponent's follow-up turn. The only question is what the ratios for these two cards will be, but I think both will be good for the deck. Also, let it be known that I did consider Nebula Dragon for this list. I do think it's better than what people give it credit for, but ultimately it is outclassed enough by the other 6-cost spirits that even the Star Dragon deck won't use this. Sorry. Number 10. Storm Beast Emperor Thunder Leon. It is a 5-cost with 2 red reduction symbols. It is a Emperor Beast. When summoned, destroy all of your opponent's spirits with 2,000 or fewer BP. Your opponent's when destroyed effects are not triggered by this effect. And then at level 3, when this spirit attacks, draw a card. This X-Rare barely makes it into the top 10 because it's a good Emperor Beast to play in the Pterosaur deck. Since Gigano Rex synergizes with Emperor Beasts, this will be mained in that deck specifically. Thunder Leon's effects are good, and will at the very least be seen in the side deck of other red decks. That said, the reason this is at the bottom is its removal effect is just a little too slow, and there's a better option for small spirit removal. Number 9. Firewall. It is a 4-cost magic with 1 reduction symbol. It has the burst effect. When you lose life, select one of your spirits. It gains 4,000 BP during this turn. You may then pay this card's cost to activate its splash effect. Spirits with 4,000 or fewer BP cannot attack during this turn. This is the only starter deck card to make it into the top 10, but it's a good one. This will be one of the reasons why the Star Dragon deck will be able to survive in the early game. The only reason this isn't higher on the list is solely because of Absolute Ice Shield. Because of Ice Shield, I'm not sure if this card will see play outside of red decks. Number 8, and this one makes me happy. Flamefish. It is a 2-cost spirit with 1 red reduction symbol. When destroyed, if this spirit has a soul core on it, select one of your opponent's spirits with 4,000 or fewer BP and destroy it. This will be one of the premier early game spirits for red decks. It's just a really annoying blocker to deal with. But not only is it going to be good in red decks, I predict it will see experimentation in specific non-red decks. Because it's a 2-cost spirit, the yellow Pegasaurus deck will consider playing this. And I think the purple Shadow deck will use this as a nice card to combo with Nemesis. I believe in this fish's future, which is why it's at number 8. Number 7. Jurassic King Gigano Rex. It is an 8-cost spirit with 6 red reduction symbols. When summoning this spirit from your hand, you may count each symbol on your Pterosaur or Emperor Beast spirits on the field as 2 symbols when calculating cost reduction. If you only have Pterosaur or Emperor Beast spirits on the field, treat this spirit as level 3. At least level 2, it has Confront, and at level 3, when this spirit attacks, all of your spirits gain 3,000 BP during this turn. This is the boss spirit of the Pterosaur deck. He's the reason to play it. It does everything. It's a big spirit that can come out early and will be nasty if summoned in multiples. And while I do believe in the future of this deck, I do think it's slightly worse than the Star Dragon deck, which is why... Number 6. Supernova Dragon Zigworm Nova. It is an 8-cost spirit with 3 reduction symbols. It has Ascend. As an additional summoning cost, you must place all cores from one of your spirits that cost 6 or more into your reserve. It has Awaken. It has the when summoned effect. When the spirit performs Ascend, using a spirit with Zigworm in its card name, you may place a soul core into the void. If you do, place cores from the void into your life until you have 5 life. Also, at least level 2, when this spirit attacks, select any number of your opponent's spirits with a combined total of 10,000 or fewer BP and destroy them. He is the poster boy of Battle Spirits Saga, and will also be the poster boy of the Star Dragon deck. I was a little disappointed when I saw that they got rid of its second symbol from the original card, but it's still going to be very good. The biggest problem for this deck is going to be its consistency of getting its big combo off, but I believe in Supernova Dragon enough to put it just above Gigano Rex. Number 5. Divine Halberd Dragon Arc. This is a 3-cost spirit with 2 reduction symbols. It's a Star Dragon. Neither player's life can be reduced by an attack from a spirit that has 2,000 or fewer BP. And at least level 2, when this spirit attacks, select one of your opponent's spirits with 2,000 or fewer BP and destroy it. This is the reason that red decks aren't going to instantly cave to aggro decks, and the purple curse deck that I believe is going to be a meta contender. While it's a no-brainer in the Star Dragon deck, I think it's cheap enough that it'll also be seen in the side decks of non-red decks. Number 4. Big Bane Energy. This is a 4-cost magic with 2 reduction symbols. During the main step, during this turn, all Star Dragon Spirit cards in your hand have a cost equal to your life total. It also has a flash effect. Select one spirit, it gains 2,000 BP during this turn. While Zigworm Nova is the poster child of the deck, Big Bane Energy is the reason that the deck is going to be good at all. And I want to stress this. If this card didn't exist, I don't think Star Dragons would be a meta deck, which is why this is at number 4. Number 3. Volcanic Canyon. This is a 4-cost Nexus with 2 reduction symbols. During your draw step, draw 1 additional card. After your draw, discard a card from your hand. And at level 2, during your attack step, all of your spirits gain 1,000 BP. The staple red Nexus that will go into every red deck, and will probably even see play in non-red decks. While it doesn't plus you in card advantage, being able to see more cards throughout the game will be very important in combo decks. Number 2. Burning Force. This is a 5-cost magic with 2 reduction symbols. It has the main step effect to select one of your opponent's nexuses and destroy it. It also has the flash timing effect. Select 2 of your opponent's spirits with 3,000 or fewer BP and destroy them. I'll be honest, when I first saw this card, I wasn't that impressed. But the truth is, there's nothing better. I do think this is the best removal option against aggro, and just the best flash timing removal option for red in general. And the fact it can be used to remove a Nexus as well is a nice bonus. And finally, at number 1, and when I say this is number 1, I mean it's not even close, it's Star Blessed Draw. This is a 4-cost magic with 2 reduction symbols. It has the burst effect when the opponent resolves a spirit's win summoned effect. Draw 2 cards. You may then pay this card's cost to activate its main effect. Draw 2 cards. It's 2 core to draw 4 cards. That's insane. Not only will this be a mandatory 4 of in every red deck, it will be a staple in non-red decks that really need the card draw. Even if you're only drawing 2 cards off of the burst effect, that's still really good. In fact, this card is so good that I can even see a world where decks are made to not include any win summoned effects, just to avoid proccing this card. I will be doing top 10s for the other 3 colors in the near future, and I have plans to do a big ranking video for all of the cards sometime in February. So until next time, laters.